Welcome to Hamilton County TV. I'm Perry Williams, and today I have the Westfield Shamrock coach, Gilbert. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks for having me on, Perry. Another season. Glad we get to do it again.
Another season here. We're going to go. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about a little change in schedule this year. And
Yep.
You opened up with New Pal, which
Yep.
is a little bit different. And then you got Lawrence Central this week. So let's talk first about that New Pal game, and because that's a very good football team.
Oh yeah, they're outstanding. They're going to be pretty hard to deal with in the state tournament, I'm sure. I felt like they were, they opened their season with a 17-play drive. Think about how hard that is to do at any point in time.
Especially the first game.
The first drive of the first game. So clearly very experienced. They played like it. I thought their offensive line was as good as any offensive line we have gone against in my time here. I thought they were amazing. Yeah, so they really blocked us well. We did not tackle very well. They had a lot to do with that. But I thought we, they dominated us up front, which we knew was a threat. But they certainly got that done. We did show a little bit of fight late. Got the offense going a little bit stronger in the second half. The game ended with the ball on the 8. We're down 14. With about a minute to go, you kind of felt like we had a little bit of a chance there late. We showed some fight for sure, but we got it figured out too little, too late. Made way too many errors and just gave away too many lack of execution mistakes. So, but hey, the most improvement happens for a team between week 1 and week 2. We played 6 returning starters in that game, and we played like it, and so I think we'll make a big jump and execute a lot better this week.
Yeah, because I think the one thing that I love about the game of football, that it's truly a team game. I mean, you have to have all cylinders clicking to be successful on a football park.
For sure.
Well, Coach, the one thing about it is you got coming up this week, you got coming up Lawrence Central, okay? And Lawrence Central went to wire with Hamilton Southeastern, which we know from the Hoosier Crossroad Conference that Coach Kelly's done a good job down there at Southeastern. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, LC is great on defense, and they have a kid going to LSU. That's tough. We may start 2 sophomore linemen. That's not exactly what you're looking for in week 2. They also have a linebacker who I think is spectacular. So, really good defensive football team. On offense, they've got a couple guys with a lot of skill. I think their running back is very fast. They've got a slot receiver who's very fast. A quarterback can make some plays. So, we're going to have to play great. This is another team that returns like 17 or 18 starters, kind of like New Pal. So they've been here before, and they've played HCC teams, so they're not going to be afraid to come in here. We're just going to have to improve. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely, and the one thing about it is Coach Patterson's in his 3rd season at Lawrence Central, and last year's sectional, like you said, they got a lot of people back, and they beat a good Lawrence Central team.
Right. First
game right out of the chute, and then lost to Lawrence North. So this is a good football team, and Coach Patterson's building a very good program down there at LC.
Yeah, no doubt. I think the win over Warren Central last year really opened a lot of eyes about Lawrence Central. But then, people realized, well, not only did they just beat Warren in sectional, they return all these kids.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same team as last year, minus a few guys. So we're going to have to really step up.
And that you've learned from the last couple of years, that's a huge advantage when you return a lot of football players.
Yeah. Yeah, last year we returned a lot of our guys, not so much this year, but last year we had a 12-2 year and state runner-up the preceding year, and then returned most of the same guys. And it's a little harder doing it this way, but that's okay. That's why you build a program and build depth into your program and develop all your kids so that when it's their time, they're ready. So I'm anxious to see how much we improve from last week to this week.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I know in interviewing you over the last 5 years and spending a lot of time with you, you know, the word program, that's very, very important to you because
Yep.
you can have good seasons, but when you build that program like is around the state, like right now Center Grove and those type teams and the Carmels of the world and up north the Penns and the Homesteads of the world, you know, you want to be in conversation as a program here at Westfield.
Yeah, we want to be the best of all those.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, let's talk a little bit, since this is the first interview, talk a little bit about some of the players that you've got coming back and some of these new faces, because even though you have players coming back, you have a lot of new faces of people that have played but not in a starting role.
Yeah, for sure. So on offense, we returned 2 starting O-linemen. Alex Ashley's been terrific at right tackle. I think his play has been outstanding. He's emerged as a leader. He's doing a really good job. So happy with him. Michael Clifford has played center. He can also play guard. Michael has been great. Mike's a tough kid. He's definitely a leader on our football team, captain type of kid. And we need great things out of him. Mason Likovitz is back. Didn't start a lot of games last year, but played in some games, so he's not completely inexperienced. Gabe Aronbolas is our leading receiver from last year as a freshman, and he's back, and so we need him to be a special player for us. And that's it on offense in terms of returning starters. We're excited about some new guys. Obviously, Cole Ballard, he's going to have a great season at quarterback. We like our running backs, Terry Williams, Ryan Krieger. Those guys played quite a bit the other night, and then Kendall Garnett came off the bench and was spectacular too. Got a couple really good tight ends and Max Nosler and Michael Webster, and we're rotating some other receivers and Patrick Schramm and Andrew Liskey and others. So we'll see where we get. Ryan Barker is filled in at the left tackle spot, and we feel really solid about his play. And then Isaac Cole is a sophomore starting for us at right guard, and he's figuring life out and doing a good job. So offensively, those are those guys. The kicker and punter is Brody Bain, so he's new as well, but has a great leg. And defensively, we return 3 studs. So Charlie Dager is a 3-year starter at inside backer. Tyler Dykus led 6A in tackles last year. He's back at outside backer. And Dylan Thieneman has been our best player. He's back at free safety. He's a Purdue commit. So that's a pretty good place to start. And then William Goodvine is our 3 technique. So at each level, we have some talent there that's returning. William's an Alfred kid as well at defensive tackle. So we feel good about all those guys. The guys around them have to continue to grow and improve. They're not all inexperienced, but we have a pretty inexperienced secondary, and some other guys just kind of stepping up. On the D-line, we do return Colton Vondersar, who played a little bit last year. Will Byers is a senior who stepped in admirably, and then we have a move-in from homeschool named Tom Ewing, who's done a good job for us at nose guard. So hopefully that'll become a strength of our team, along with those linebackers. Jaden Bernaville that played some varsity last year. So we have some guys. We just got to get playing together a little better.
Yeah, and let's talk, you've gone through and for this ball game coming up here at LC, which will be broadcasting on Hamilton County TV. We'll be here this weekend to broadcast that game. But one of the things that we've done a little bit different this year is broadcast the Indiana Elementary Football Association leagues that we're doing a game of the week. And you had the time to come up there, and we were honored to have you up there and talk with us during the ball game. But that's how you build a program. I mean, your elementary programs, in-house and travel teams, your 7th and 8th grade teams, those are all important things to your program.
Yeah, we're real strong still there. We're reaping what we've sown in those youth leagues years ago. The seniors who graduated last year were in 2nd grade when we came. I know that because my son was a senior. The current juniors, they were in flag football And, they were kindergartners. They were the first kids to start. So many of our current juniors were at the bottom of the program, and now they're advancing towards the top. So it's been an honor to watch all these kids grow up around here. It's been a lot of fun, but we're real healthy. We ran out of equipment on every level of football in Westfield, varsity, middle school, youth. So our numbers are continuing to grow, and that's a very good problem to have.
Yeah, Coach. Now the one thing about it is by being so close to all your elementary programs and your middle school programs, it allows you the opportunity to try to teach the kids the fundamentals in the beginning when they're back in the third, fourth, all the way through, that when they get to high school, they have a pretty good idea of what they need to do.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Everything's not 100% in conjunction, but it's way up there. Coaches run our things and get trained by me personally and individually, and I'm out at the youth fields no less than twice a week. I'm at the travel games. I just feel like that's just the right way to do it. So we are working together. I'm not up there checking up on everybody too much, but it's mainly about really just getting to know the kids and making sure things are operating properly, but building into the family and commitment it's going to take over the long haul to build a great team and program here for years to come. We're trying to build an empire. You do that, I think, at the youth level first.
Yeah, Coach. Now, the one thing about it is your elementary program plays at Grand Park, and then of course your travel team plays here.
Yep.
Now, where do the middle schools, do they have their own fields, or do they?
They play here also. Okay. So we all spend a little bit of time at Grand Park here and there, but mainly all of our youth is out there, which again is hundreds and hundreds of kids. So Grand Park's been amazing for us, and they have served us so well. So we are big fans of keeping Grand Park here in Westfield ownership. But we also are kind of a one-horse town when it comes to schools. So we only have one middle school. So our travel team, our 7th grade, 8th grade, A and B, freshmen, A and B, JV and varsity all play on our high school stadium.
But at least that does give them the opportunity to get what we usually call in towns the big field,
Yeah.
And it's not quite as big a step when you step on the field from the 8th grade.
Yeah, it helps me keep control over the culture and just the narrative, right? They're right here, and Grand Park's just across the street, so it certainly helps logistically for me to keep my hand on the pulse of our program.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview, and this has been one of many this season. I hope that the best success, and I guess I'll see you Friday night.
Well, if you notice, we didn't have it last week and we didn't win, so hopefully you're the good luck charm, Perry. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see you Friday night, and thanks as usual for all the coverage that we get, and I'm just grateful to have you guys care about our games. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Go Rocks.